Welcome to Amazing Life 1-2 channel guides. Today you watching Amber Heard lifestyle biography and beautiful pictures. I hope you enjoy this video. Like, share, subscribe channel. Thank you for watching video. Amber Heard biography. Amber Laura Heard, born April 22, 1986, is an American actress. She had her first leading role in the horror film All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, 2006, and went on to star in films such as The Ward, 2010, and Drive Angry, 2011. She has also had supporting roles in films including Pineapple Express, 2008, Never Back Down, 2008, The Joneses, 2009, Machete Kills, 2013, Magic Mike XXL, 2015, and The Danish Girl, 2015. Heard is part of the DC Extended Universe franchise, playing Mara in Justice League, 2017, Aquaman, 2018, and the forthcoming Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, 2023. She has also acted in television series such as Hidden Palms, 2007, and The Stand, 2020. Amber Heard at the 2018 San Diego Comic-Con. Born Amber Laura Heard April 22, 1986, age 36, Austin, Texas, U.S. Other names: Amber Laura Depp. 1. Amber Van Ree. 2. Occupation: actress. Years: active 2003, present spouse Johnny Depp. M. 2015, Div. 2017, partner S. Tessa Van Ree. 2008-2012, children. 1. Heard is an American Civil Liberties Union (ACLU) ambassador on women's rights and a human rights champion for the Stand Up for Human Rights campaign by the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. Heard married actor Johnny Depp in 2015. The dissolution of the marriage in May 2016 garnered widespread media attention when Heard filed a restraining order against Depp in which she cited domestic violence. 3. Depp would later file a defamation lawsuit against British tabloid newspaper The Sun over their coverage of Heard's domestic abuse allegations. 4. And another against Heard herself for an op-ed published in her name in the Washington Post. 5. While Depp lost the former lawsuit. 6. The latter, over which Heard filed a countersuit, became the subject of a widely publicized trial, which concluded with a jury finding both Heard and Depp liable for defamation and left Heard in $8.35 million debt to Depp. 5. 7. Heard received widespread backlash over her allegations and the subsequent court cases, particularly on social media. 8. Early life. Heard was born in Austin, Texas, the middle child of 3 daughters. 9. Of internet researcher Patricia Page May Parsons, 1956-2020, and construction company owner David Clinton Heard, born 1950-10. The family lived outside Austin. 11. Heard's father trained horses in his free time, and she grew up riding horses, hunting, and fishing with him. 11. She also participated in beauty pageants, although as an adult she has said that she could no longer support the objectification. 11. 12. Raised Catholic, Heard began identifying as an atheist at the age of 16 after her best friend died in a car crash. 12. The following year, no longer comfortable in conservative, God-fearing Texas. 11. Heard dropped out of her Catholic high school to pursue an acting career in Los Angeles. 10. 9. She eventually earned a diploma through a home study course. 12. Personal life. Heard in 2009. Heard publicly came out in 2010, 115. But has stated, "I don't label myself one way or another. I have had successful relationships with men and now a woman. I love who I love. It's the person that matters." 116. Heard was in a relationship with photographer Tessa Van Ree from 2008 to 2012. 115. 117. Heard had her last name legally changed to Van Ree during the relationship and reverted to her birth name in 2014. 2. In 2009, Heard was arrested for misdemeanor domestic violence at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, Washington State after allegedly hitting Van Ree. Heard appeared the next day in King County District Court, Seattle, but was not charged. The arrest was made public in 2016 during Heard's divorce proceedings from actor Johnny Depp. A statement was then issued by Heard's publicist, in which Van Ree said that Heard had been wrongfully accused and that the incident had been misinterpreted and over-sensationalized, while also recalling hints of misogynistic attitudes toward us which later appeared to be homophobic when they found out we were domestic partners and not just friends. 118. 119. The female officer who conducted the arrest, herself an out lesbian, subsequently posted on Facebook to say, "I am so not homophobic or misogynistic." The arrest was made because an assault occurred. I witnessed it. 120. Heard was one of the victims of the 2014 celebrity nude photo leak, in which more than 50 of her personal photos were stolen and released to the public, with Heard later both speaking and writing against such breaches of privacy. 111. 112. Following her divorce from Johnny Depp. 121. Heard dated tech entrepreneur and Tesla CEO and shareholder Elon Musk for a year, until early 2018. 9. 122. 123. She later had a relationship with actress and cinematographer Bianca Butti from January 2020 to December 2021. 124. 125. 126. In April 2021, Heard had her first child via surrogacy. 127. Relationship with Johnny Depp. See also Johnny Depp section. Amber Heard, Depp v News Group Newspapers Limited, and Depp vs. Heard. Heard met actor Johnny Depp in 2009 when she was cast in The Rum Diary opposite him. They began dating in 2011 and were married in a civil ceremony in February 2015. 128. 129. 130. Australian customs incident. In April 2015, Heard breached Australia's biosecurity laws when she failed to declare in customs the two dogs accompanying the couple when they flew into Queensland, where Depp was working on a film. 131. 132. In May 2015, the dogs were flown out of the country hours before a euthanasia deadline. 133. 134. By December 2015, the case had been adjourned 4 times, with Heard having instructed her lawyers to enter not guilty pleas and stating that she was looking forward to fighting the charges. 135. In the court case in April 2016, 136. Heard pleaded guilty to falsifying quarantine documents, stating that she had made a mistake due to sleep deprivation. 137. While criminal charges were dropped, she was placed on a 1,000 Australian dollars (752 United States dollars) 1-month good behavior bond for producing a false document. 138. Heard and Depp released a video apologizing for their behavior and urging others to adhere to biosecurity laws. 138. Divorce. Heard filed for divorce from Depp in May 2016 and obtained a temporary restraining order against him, releasing a statement saying that, "During the entirety of our relationship, Johnny has been verbally and physically abusive to me. I endured excessive emotional, verbal and physical abuse from Johnny, which has included angry, hostile, humiliating and threatening assaults to me whenever I questioned his authority or disagreed with him." 139. In response, Depp's counsel said that Amber is attempting to secure a premature financial resolution by alleging abuse, and that he is unable to attend the hearing on this matter and has not heard Amber's specific allegations against him. He nonetheless has every intention of staying away from Amber and will stipulate to mutual stay away and personal conduct orders. 141. A ruling on the scale of the settlement was achieved in August 2016. 142. 143. And Heard pledged to donate the proceeds equally between the ACLU. 144 and CHLA. 145. 146. Heard dropped her request for a continued restraining order, and they issued a joint statement saying that their relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. 142. The final terms of the settlement were agreed in January 2017, with Depp being required to complete the payment of $7 million to Heard by February 2018. 147. Contribute $500,000 towards Heard's attorney's fees, and to give Heard custody of their 2 dogs, a horse and 2 cars. 148. 146. Depp was to retain all his real estate assets and 42 vehicles. No spousal support would be paid by either party. In her 2022 testimony, Heard stated that because they had no prenuptial agreement, she would have been entitled to half of Depp's earnings of $65 million during the marriage had she requested it. 149. 150. Depp v News Group Newspapers Limited. Main article. Depp v News Group Newspapers Limited in June 2018. 151. Depp brought a libel lawsuit in the United Kingdom against News Group Newspapers (NGN), the company publishing The Sun, which had labeled him a wife beater in an April 2018 article. 152. 153. Heard was a key witness for NGN during the highly publicized trial in July 2020, 154. In November 2020, the presiding judge found that Depp had lost his claim and that the great majority of alleged assaults of Ms. Heard by Mr. Depp, 12 out of the 14, have been proved to the civil standard, 152-153. The court rejected Depp's claim of a hoax, 155, and accepted that the allegations Heard had made against Depp had damaged her career in activism, 152-153. Depp's appeal to overturn the verdict was rejected in March 2021. 95 Depp vs. Heard main article. Depp vs. Heard in February 2019, Depp sued Heard for defamation over a December 2018 op-ed for The Washington Post, 156-157. In the lawsuit, Depp alleged that the op-ed contained 3 defamatory statements, the first of which was a headline, "Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence, and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. Then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. I had the rare vantage point of seeing, in real time, how institutions protect men accused of abuse." 158 Depp also alleged that Heard had been the one who abused him, and that her allegations constituted a hoax against him. 157 In August 2020, Heard filed a counterclaim against Depp, alleging that he had coordinated a harassment campaign via Twitter and by orchestrating online petitions to get her fired from Aquaman and L'Oreal. 159-160. Ultimately, Heard's counterclaim went to trial over 3 allegations that Depp had defamed her through statements made by his then lawyer, Adam Waldman, published in the Daily Mail in April 2020, where Waldman stated, "Heard and her friends in the media used fake sexual violence allegations as both sword and shield, publicizing a sexual violence hoax against Depp. In one incident at a penthouse, Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their stories straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911 inches as an ambush, a hoax, against Depp. There had been an abuse hoax by Heard against Depp." 5-7 The Depp Heard trial took place in Fairfax County, Virginia between April 11 and June 1, 2022. 161. The verdict was that for Depp's lawsuit, the jury found that all 3 statements from Heard's op-ed were false, defamed Depp, and were made with actual malice, so the jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages from Heard. 5-7. The punitive damages were reduced to $350,000 due to a limit imposed by Virginia state law. 162. For Heard's counterclaim, the jury found that Waldman's first and third statements to the Daily Mail had not been proven to be defamatory, while finding that Waldman's second statement to the Daily Mail was false, defamatory and made with actual malice. 7. As a result, Heard